Okay, so hello guys, hi, how are you? Very good afternoon to all of you. Very good afternoon. So, till yesterday, we have discussed all the papers K 2020, 19, 18, 17, and today is the time to discuss the paper of GATE 2016. And it's a very important paper, guys. Good questions are there in this paper. So GATE 2016 paper, and as per our culture, I will start with the plant design and economics class. But yes, before that, I want to give you the information of my October schedule. So those who are new, they can find the schedule information. So schedule information is very simple. So it's YouTube schedule for October. So on 1st October and 2nd October, I will be live on Unacademy Accord. It's Unacademy Accord, and I will be taking class on the strategy to prepare in the GATE examination, how to make notes, how to revise, how to attempt the test, what are the things to take care while attempting the test, how to do the revision, when is the right time to finish the syllabus, when is the right time to do the PYQs, when someone should start the practice, and all the questions, guys, all the questions that is related to the strategy and preparation. So I will be taking your questions and I will be answering those. Okay, so that is on 1st and 2nd October. After then, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th. Okay, on these 4 days there will be class on this channel in which you are watching me. It's GATE and ESE PYQ. Just a second. Okay, so 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, GATE and ESE PYQ, and I will be taking the mass transfer operation PYQ. Classes for mass transfer PYQ. Mass transfer PYQ classes I will be taking. Okay, obviously GATE 2020, starting from GATE 2020 to GATE 2016. Okay, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, and you can add one more date here, that is 12th and 12th. 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, and 12th. I will be taking the mass transfer classes. Then after that, on 13th, 15th, 16th, 19th, and 20th. In these 5 days, I will be taking GATE and ESE PYQ classes on mechanical operation. Okay, mechanical operation PYQ. Obviously from GATE 2020 to 2016. Okay, and then guys, and then on 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. On 22nd, 23rd and 24th, I will be taking class on Unacademy Accord on sizing of heat exchangers. That is a very important topic for the design perspectives. Sizing of heat exchanger. And guys, all those classes that I scheduled starting from 1st of October till 24th of October, all the classes are scheduled on 12 p.m. So you will watch me live every time on 12 p.m. So that is the timing, guys. Okay, and that is a schedule. I hope the schedule is clear to all, and I want to see the maximum participation of you guys in the schedule. Okay, so that is the schedule. Remember, guys, I will be taking the strategy in the preparation class for on 1st and 2nd, that is tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Then 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 12th, I will be taking the class on the mass transfer PYQ. Then 13th, 15th, 16th, 19th, 20th, I will be taking the classes on mechanical operation PYQ. And then 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I will be taking class on the sizing of heat exchanger at 12 p.m. And inshallah, all the classes will be on the time and all the classes will proceed as usual. And anyone who wants to connect with me on the Telegram, they can join the Telegram channel t.me/Ankur073. So that is the Telegram channel in which all the updates regarding the GATE exam, okay, regarding GATE 2021, regarding the chemical engineering, regarding all the subjects, any little bit information or maximum greater information, or my all the special classes, the schedules are there. I post it here. Okay, so be there with me on this channel to get the latest notification about the chemical engineering and all my classes on the Unacademy as well as on the YouTube. Okay, so with this, guys, let us start our first question of today. That is this one. So you can solve this one, guys. It's not that visible to you. So two design options for a distillation system are being compared based on the total annual cost. Information available is tabulated. The annual fixed charges amounts to 12% of the installed cost. Based on the above information, what is the total annual cost of the better option? So very simple question and yet very important, because these types of questions are there in the GATE exam many times. So what is the funda of total annualized cost? Total annualized cost basically is the sum of fixed cost plus variable cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost, where fixed cost is the money that you recover for the money that you spent initially before the start of the plant. Okay, to construct the plant, to start the plant, you put a lot of money, that is fixed capital investment. To recover that, you cover each year an amount known as depreciation. Okay, that can also be represented as the fixed cost. And variable cost is the money that you spend during the running of the plant. As the plant runs, the money gets spent on the daily basis, that is known as the variable cost. Okay, this can also be called as the fixed charge, and that can also be called as the depreciation. Okay, that can also be called as the operating cost also. So there are many names. Now fixed cost may be given directly, that this is the amount, or fixed cost may be given in terms of depreciation, and for calculating the depreciation, one method will be given to you. Or the fixed cost can be given as some percentage of the fixed capital investment, that this much of percentage you have to recover every year. Like in this question, they have given us the percentage. 12% of the installed cost are the annual fixed charges. So that is the installed cost, guys, but this is total. Will not cover it fully in the first year. We cover only a part of it in the first year, and that part is 12%. 12% of the installed cost is the fixed charge. Cost of the cooling water is in running charge. Cost of the steam for reboiler, that is also a running charge. So these two are the running charge or the operating cost, but this one is the fixed cost. So for option P, guys, what is the fixed cost? It's 12% of 150, and 12% of 150 that is the fixed cost, plus the cost of cooling water is 6, and the cost of steam to the reboiler is also 16. This is in lakh. This is in lakh. Okay, so 12% of 150 0.12 of 150, that is 18. So that is 18 lakh plus 22 lakh, and that comes out to be 40 lakh, guys. So for option P, the total cost is 40 lakh. Now for option Q, what is the fixed cost? 12% of 120, and then 8 and 20. So like here we apply 12% of 150, here we will apply 12% of 120. So 12 12s are 144, 14.4 lakh. plus 28. 42.4 lakh, guys. It's 42.4 lakh. So for option P, the total cost is only 40 lakh, and for option Q, the total cost is 42.4 lakh. And what have they asked? What is the total annual cost of the better option? So for the better option, guys, which one is the better option? The method that have the least cost is better. जिस मेथड में सबसे कम कॉस्ट है वो बेटर है. Now which one is better? The first one is better, that is P is better. And if P is better, what is the correct option? Correct option is A. So what is the correct option? Answer is A. 40 lakh is the total cost of the better option. Moving forward, guys, next question. So again, a very easy question, guys, and yet very important, as it is an optimization question. A vertical cylindrical tank with a flat roof and bottom is to be constructed for storing 150 meter cube of ethylene glycol. Okay, so 150 meter cube of ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is stored in a storage tank. So that is the data given to us. The cost of the material and fabrication for the tank is 6,000 per meter square, and the same for the roof and the tank bottom are 2,000 and 4,000 per meter square. Okay, so for a cylindrical shell, for the curved surface, the area is pi dh, but for the rooftop and the bottom, it is pi r square or pi d square by 4. Pi d square by 4 for the top and pi d square by 4 for the bottom. These are the three areas. For this, the cost of fabrication is 6,000 rupees per meter square. This is in meter square. For this, the cost of fabrication is 2,000 rupees per meter square. Area is in meter square. And for this one, the cost is 4,000 rupees per meter square. It is in meter square. So total cost function can be easily determined. Now the cost of accessories, pipings and instruments can be taken as 10% of the cost of the wall. Okay, so wall की जो भी cost आएगी, मतलब ये जो भी cost आएगी, इसका 10% extra piping और instrumentation का खर्चा होगा. Now 10% of the volume of the tank needs to be kept free as vapor space above the liquid storage. So 10% of the volume of the tank, guys. What is the volume of the tank? We don't know. But 10% of that volume should be kept free for the vapor space. So 10% is free. That means what is 90% of the volume of the tank? 90% of the volume of the tank is filled with ethylene glycol. And how much ethylene glycol you want to store? 150 meter cube. That means I can say that 90% of the volume of the tank is 150 meter cube. है ना? अगर 90% 150 मीटर क्यूब जितना वॉल्यूम होगा तो ही तो ना वो 150 मीटर क्यूब ऑफ इथाइलिन ग्लाइकोल को स्टोर कर पाएगा. So 10% of the volume is kept free while 90% is there for the ethylene glycol. So what is the volume, guys? It is 150 by 0.9. Okay, so 150 by 0.9, that comes out to be 166.67. 166.67 meter cube. So guys, 166.67 meter cube, out of that 90% is filled with the ethylene glycol and 10% is kept free for the vapor space. 10% is kept free for the vapor space. Okay, so that is a volume. And what is volume? Let's move on to the next slide. We all know what is the volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. That can be written as pi d square by 4 into h. It is 166.67. For sometimes let it be v. इसे v मान लेते हैं अभी के लिए. Then what is the value of h? It is v divided by pi d square by 4. That is the value of h. Now what is total cost function? The total cost function is the cost of the wall, which is 6,000 into pi dh. 6,000 into pi dh rupees, because meter square by meter square cancels out. Then we have 2,000 into pi d square by 4 for the top. Rupees for the top roof, and 4,000 into pi d square by 4. 4,000 into pi d square by 4 for the bottom, plus 10% of the cost of the wall is piping, instrumentations and all the accessories. So 10% of this, that is 0.1 of 6000 into pi dh. So guys, that is the total cost function. This is the total cost function. Cannot be copied. Okay. So guys, let us change the value of h to pi d square by 4. So total cost is equals to 6000 into pi d h. And what is h? H is v divided by pi d square by 4. So I just substituted the value of h. Now 2000 plus 4000 becomes 6000. 6000 into pi d square by 4. And that is a 0.1%. That is 0.1 into 6000 into pi d h, where h is v by pi d square by 4. So that's total cost. So this quantity and this quantity is almost same. It is 6000 into pi and pi cancel, d and d cancels. It is 4v by d. So if I take this common, it is 1 plus 0.1 becomes 1.1 plus 6000 into pi d square by 4. That is the value, guys. Now if I take the derivative with respect to d, so 6000 into 4v into 1.1 is constant, and for 1 by d the derivative is minus 1 by d square plus 6000 pi by 4 is constant. For d square it's 2d, and I can equate it to 0. So ultimately 6000 pi by 4 into 2d is equals to 6000 into 4v into 1.1 divided by d square. So as 6000 cancels with the 6000 and 2 cancels with the 4 becomes 2, then 2 can go there. Okay, so when 2 can go there, what it becomes finally 2d into d, 2 cancels out, so d into d square becomes d cube. So we have the value of d cube, guys. Now d cube is 6000 already cancelled out, 2 into 4 has become 8, 8v into 1.1, 1.1 into 8 it is 8.8, so 8.8v divided by pi, it's 8.8v divided by pi, and we know what is v, it is 8.8 into 166.67 divided by pi. So we can calculate, guys. So it is 8.8 into 166.67 divided by 3.14. So we get 466.100. This value we get 466.100. That is d cube. We now can calculate 466.100 to the power 1 by 3, that is 1 that is 7.753. 7.753. And what is the question they have asked? What is the optimum diameter in meters? So 7.75, guys. 7.753 is almost near to 7.75 is near to D option, that is 7.8. It is near to 7.8, and that's why the answer will be D. Okay, so easy question, little bit calculation, just थोड़ी बहुत कैलकुलेशन थी. वो एथिलीन ग्लाइकोल का वॉल्यूम दे रखा है और 10% टोटल वॉल्यूम का पार्ट फ्री है वेपर स्पेस के लिए. अकॉर्डिंगली मैंने कैलकुलेट कर लिया कि मेरा टोटल वॉल्यूम क्या रहेगा टैंक का. उसके बाद आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड द टोटल कॉस्ट, देन आई कन्वर्टेड द वैल्यू, आई सोल्ड अ लिटिल, एंड फाइनली आई गॉट द आंसर. ठीक है, तो आपके सामने मैं कैलकुलेशन भी कर रहा हूँ ताकि जिसको अगर कैलकुलेशन में डाउट आता है कि कैलकुलेशन कैसे करते हैं, वो इस बात को समझ जाए कि कैलकुलेशन कैसे की जाती है. ओके ओके, सो मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस. Okay, now the question is visible, guys. ओके गाइस, तो इसका आंसर आ गया होगा आपका, आई होप. स्टैंडर्ड पाइप्स ऑफ डिफरेंट शेड्यूल नंबर्स एंड स्टैंडर्ड ट्यूब्स ऑफ different BWG numbers are available in the market. For a pipe tube of a given nominal diameter, which one of the following statement is true? So guys, there is a chapter in the McCabe-Smith, and in that chapter there is a difference between the pipe and the tube is given. I think it's chapter number 8 in the fluid mechanics in McCabe-Smith, before the agitation and mixing. So वहाँ पे जो पहले 2-3 पेज है वो आप एक बार देखोगे तो आपको काफ़ी कुछ आइडिया लगेगा उसमें. ओके, व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द पाइप एंड द ट्यूब, एंड देन व्हाट इज़ द शेड्यूल नंबर, व्हाट इज़ BWG नंबर, एंड व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम. ये सारी चीज़ें आपको वहाँ से पता लग जाएगी. बेसिकली इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द शेड्यूल नंबर, schedule number defines the thickness of the pipes, while BWG number defines the thickness of the tubes. Okay, शेड्यूल नंबर के बारे में आपको काफ़ी डाटा मिलेगा बुक में भी, नेट पे भी और वैसे भी, बिकॉज दैट इज़ मोर इन यूज़. ओके, सो if I talk about the schedule number, then as schedule number increases, the thickness will increase. While if I talk about the BWG number, it is inversely proportional. As BWG number increases, the thickness decreases. Okay, if I go for the option A, the wall thickness increase with increase in both. Wrong. Wall thickness increase in the schedule and decrease in the BWG number. That is correct. Wall thickness decrease and increase in both the schedule number and the BWG number. Wrong. And neither schedule nor BWG has any relation to the wall thickness. That is wrong. So correct option is option number B. इसका जो correct option है वो है option number B. Okay, so as the schedule number increases, the thickness increases, but as the BWG number increases, thickness decreases. You can have the formula for also schedule number, that is 1000 into P by S, very famous formula, where P is known as the service pressure at which you transport the service fluid, and S is known as the allowable stress value of the material of construction, and both of them are expressed in PSI, pound per square inch. So both of them expressed in the PSI, and at a given temperature for a given material of construction, the allowable stress value is also constant. So guys, as the pressure increases, the schedule number will increase, or in other words, as the schedule increases, the pressure will increase. And if the pipe has to handle a fluid with a larger pressure, then it has to be strong also, and to become strong, its thickness should increase. So that is why with the increase in schedule number, the service pressure increases, and with the increase in the service pressure, the thickness of the pipe increases. Okay, so there is a concept behind. I suggest you to read that chapter in which the difference between the pipe versus tube is given, or in any case you can always contact me. Okay guys, moving forward, next question, 2016. Now it is visible. Okay, so the term used in the engineering economics have standard definitions and interpretations. Which one of the following statement is incorrect? The profitability measures return on investment does not consider the time value of money. That is right, exactly right. Rate of return are the point values rate of return are point values defined for an year and does not considers time value of money. Does not considers time value of money. So that is a correct statement, guys, no doubt about that. A cost index is an index value for a given time showing the cost at that time relative to a certain basic time. So that is the definition of cost index. Yes, that is also correct. Cost index definition is there. In B, so that is also correct. The 6 factor rule is used to estimate the cost of the equipment from the cost of similar equipment with a different capacity. That is also correct, guys. 6th, 10th rule definition is being given. That is also correct. Payback period is calculated based on the payback time for the sum of the fixed capital plus the working capital investment. Guys, यही पे गलत हो गया ये, because payback time does not depend upon the working capital. Payback time is calculated only on the basis of payback is always calculated only on the basis of the fixed capital investment. It is always on the basis of fixed capital investment only. So that is incorrect, guys, and that's why the answer of the above question is D. D is the incorrect statement because it is given working capital while payback depends only on the fixed capital investment. So that is the end of economics, guys. Moving forward is the chemical technology. First question. तो आप ये टेबल बना सकते हो बिकॉज जो क्वेश्चन के स्टेटमेंट्स है और जो ऑप्शंस है बेसिकली वो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पर है. ऑप्शंस आर देयर ऑन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो आई वांट यू कि आप ये टेबल बना लो एक बार जिससे आपको आइडिया हो जाए. So वैसे टेबल आपने नोट कर ली होगी. मूविंग ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन. दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, गाइस. So guys, which one of the following statement is correct? Plant P and Q both use the sulfite process, both use the Kraft process. P use sulfite or plant P uses Kraft. So for the paper production guys, you know that there is one process known as sulfate and there is one process known as sulfite. And the sulfate process uses this caustic soda, sodium sulfite and the sodium carbonate, सोडा ऐश, ये तीनों चीज़ें यूज़ करता है सल्फेट. सो प्लांट पी ये तीनों यूज़ कर रहा है बट बाकी दोनों यूज़ नहीं कर रहा है. सो इट इज़ क्लियर दैट द प्लांट पी इज़ यूजिंग द sulfate Kraft process, while plant Q is not using the NaOH and the Na2S. It is clear that the plant Q is not using the sulfate Kraft process. But the rest of the things plant Q is using Na2SO3, NaSCO3 that is being used by the sulfite process. Generally with the magnesium, but here the sodium is given. It's okay. So yeah, the plant Q uses the sulfite process. So very easy choice. Plant P and Q both use sulfite process. No. Plant P and Q both use Kraft process. No. Plant P uses sulfite process. No. Plant P uses Kraft process. Yes. So guys, only one option is correct, that is D. Answer is D. That is plant P uses Kraft process. Okay, moving on forward. Next question guys. Okay, so guys, India has no elemental sulfur deposits that can be economically exploited, and that is a truth. In India, which one of the following industries produces elemental sulfur as a byproduct? So obviously, everyone knows that is a petroleum industry. The petroleum refineries produces so much of sulfur that in India there is no requirement to produce the elemental sulfur. So I can say the petroleum industries produces sulfur as a byproduct and fulfills the demand of sulfur in India. So what is the option? Option is B. So answer B is correct, guys. Moving forward, next question. Okay, so that is the next question, guys. Okay, guys, so match the industrial process in group 2 with the catalyst material in group 1. So ethylene polymerization, petroleum feedstock cracking. If I go for petroleum feedstock cracking, in the cracking process we use the zeolite ZSM5 in the FCC, guys. So that is, you know. And ethylene polymerization is being done by the high pressure process, intermediate pressure process and low pressure process. And in the low pressure process you use Ziegler catalyst, which is nothing but aluminum triethyl with titanium chloride promoter. So that is Ziegler-Natta catalyst used for the ethylene polymerization. So P यहाँ पे सब 111 लिखा हुआ है. So that is to be 4. Let me change. I don't know what is happening. So for P it is 4 guys basically. For P it is 4. So for P4 is there in option A. Option B, C and D में तो है ही नहीं. So option B बचा सिर्फ. That is correct one. Ethylene polymerization से ही आपको पता लग जाएगा that this is your correct option P4. उसके बाद obviously पेट्रोलियम क्रैकिंग के लिए zeolite यूज होता है. Oxidation of sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, sulfuric acid production guys, DCTA process, contact process, very famous, vanadium pentoxide. And hydrogenation of oil, very famous, nickel and Renni nickel are used for the hydrogenation of oil. So option A is correct, very easy question guys. Answer is option A. So with that guys, thank you, and 5-year papers of CT and PD are completed. I will meet you on next Monday for the discussion of the paper of mass transfer. Till then, take care. Bye bye.